5 months ago to this day, my grandfather stepped down and decided he wanted to retire. So he handed me the keys to the farm, but I found out it had a $1.5 million debt over his head that I need to pay off in 5 years. Will we fail? Will we succeed? Find out in today's video. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and whatever time you're watching this at, we have a lot to do today. So today we are going full steam. As you can see, we owe $109,000 in our bank. We're negative, not including the money we owe. We still owe $90,000 on the 100 grand loan we took earlier this year, and then we still owe 1.4 million on the other loan that we have on our farm. But they're both slowly but surely coming out of the bill, so I'm not that definitely worried about it. It's just still the payments. We did in fact get everything we need for this. We'll go ahead and fix this up today, get the new parts welded on there, kind of straighten it out with some iron just to kind of be able to take this off, put the new one on there. Shouldn't take no time at all to get that done, because man, do our pigs need feed. So another thing we have to do is we have 2,815 bushels of corn just casually sitting inside these bins. That was from last year, so since we're not going to be feeding that to pigs anymore, let's go take it into town, try to pay off some of this debt first thing this morning. So I was looking around, kind of seeing what the best prices for everything was, and I did see there's a train going to Minneapolis that is going to honestly be perfect for us. So we're going to just send all of our grain to Minneapolis. So that means we're going to be renting, we have wheat still, good lord. And we're going to load this up. That means we're going to be renting out a train to send everything down there. So we're also going to be sending wheat down there as well, because you can't do one without doing the other, in my opinion. So we got that right there. We'll go ahead and close the cart. Love this automatic cart. Got to hit a button inside here and it automatically goes. And next up, we will of course be starting harvest. We'll start with beans, then we'll go to corn. Beans are at a decent price. I don't think we're going to sell them just yet, even though I really want to. We're going to hold on to them. We're going to hold on to everything until they're max price. This is going to be what we need to do. So we just got to do a lot of grain hauling for a little bit, because we need to get one more trip from over here, and then we just got to do the other loads back and forth for a little bit. So it's going to take us a hot minute to get it all done. I just got done dropping off the last load of corn. So we have all 2,660 bushels of corn inside of there. That should be enough of that. That's all the corn we had at bins. Let's over here and get the wheat from over here at the second storage. Because we also have been talking to somebody, finally have a lead. We might have somebody to actually go ahead and take over the lease for that one barn. And he's talking about leasing it as soon as like next week is what he's talking about. Which honestly, in my opinion, would be fantastic. I mean, I will say this. I know this was supposed to be a big part of like a farewell series. Like just the amount of like stupid stuff I did down this one road. This is honestly the map that started my career, and I keep saying that, and I will always say that. Like I have so many fond memories, even just like going up here to see like Buck's place. I love it. There's definitely been a lot of weeds that have kind of picked up around this area. A lot more than what we were expecting. So another thing we got to do is actually, once we get done with the bean harvest, some of those fields that we're turning into wheat, we need to go ahead and cultivate them. We need to go ahead and get the wheat harvest done as fast as possible. Also get all these bales picked up. We had a lot of those bales actually from both fields. I was a little impressed. Like, and by a little, I mean a lot. So we have 4,163 bushels. Alrighty, so we have this thing loaded down and ready to go. This first cart is full of wheat. Second cart is, I don't know, it says about 80% ish in the combine of both, so I don't know what that would be technically. And then we also have 100% corn in here, and we only have like 100 bushels in here. I still wanted to go ahead and sell it just so it was at least gone and out of here. So the fun time is now to go ahead and get all this stuff off and into the thick of it. So we made some money. We made actually, we had made over 200 grand, almost 300 grand. So that right there is, oh my God, we made money. That was really profitable. Hold up. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm gonna ponder life choices as I drive back to the farm. Alrighty, so I've sat here and wrote out a little spreadsheet, and this is all the money we owe left on this payment. And as I hit that button, as I hit this little button right here on the computer, come on, there we go. It's paid off. We have an entire loan paid off, and that leaves us with $103,000, which is actually really, really good. So that means we now at least have operational costs. We don't got to worry about that loan going into the harvest of corn and beans. We do need to use it, on the other hand, for operation costs of replanting wheat. The wheat, honestly, was like a really good call on my granddad. I wish we were able to keep some of it around, but just wasn't able in our cards. And plus, wheat was going for like $48 where it normally goes to like $28. So wheat right now is in really high demand. Corn, actually, I did take a $3 hit from what normal is. Now, soybeans, I cannot wait to sell because those are going to be expensive things. So first thing I think we're going to work on is getting all the combines put out. I did bring everything back to the shop and maybe go look at switching out to a bigger grain cart. This old J&M grain cart, she's a fine grain cart. We may still keep her. We definitely may still keep her, but now knowing we do have a little extra cash, it'd be nice to have something that could fit more than a hopper and a quarter. Alrighty, so we just went ahead and purchased a new grain cart. It should be sitting at the dealership. It was $26,600 out of our pocket, but it's paid off. There's no loans on it, so we don't got to worry about that. One thing I'm definitely trying to do a little bit different my granddad did, and that's pay stuff out of pocket or lease it. Probably should have leased it, but it's grain cart in day. We can use that thing for a long time, and we need it, honestly. It is the older one. It's the Gilbert. We'll kind of see what once we get over there. So I also do have one really good idea that I think I should do, and that is go in and start putting slurry down. We have a ton of slurry. According to this right here, our savings checking, everything like that, we have 380,000 liters of slurry, which that's a lot of slurry. And that's just going up by the day. If we can use the slurry in a beneficial way and putting it back into the fields, making more nutrients, that's honestly what we should be focusing on doing first. So right now, we're just going to take the old girl, go pick up the new and improved piece of equipment. And here we are with the new Gilbert grain car. This one was actually modeled and made by one of my friends called Benny. Thank you so very much, Benny, for doing this for the farm sim community. But this is honestly one of my favorite grain carts. And yeah, it's a blast from the past to use this. Because actually, in the old series, we actually use this a lot. Alrighty, now we get to go do my favorite part of the job, and that is some crop scouting. It's been a little bit since I've done it, so figured we'll just go do it and make sure things ready to rock and roll. First thing we need to check is the corn right behind the house. We'll go ahead and pull right here, skid on out. So you never want to take corn from your outside rows. You want to really go on deep inside of here for it. There we go. We'll grab a couple of cobs from here and here. Now let's go a little bit in this direction. About right here. We'll grab you. And that should be all the corn we need. We don't need many stalks of corn, just kind of enough to kind of tell a little bit what's going on and how everything's looking. Yeah, we kind of went spread out just a little bit, but perfectly enough. So what we'll do, this is what I do personally. Not saying all farmers do it like this, but what I do is I don't test them out here in the field. I do go back to the shop to test them. So what I do is I wrap them in this, get the field number. So this is field 50, aka home shop, write that here on the label and put that back there for the bundle. Just kind of gives me like an idea to take it back, what field it's from, and kind of knowing where they're from. And I make sure that I also put a tape on the one that I got from the furthest parts. You got to make sure everything's labeled correctly, because I mean, if you don't know any differences, you won't be sitting there like you should. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna actually head to a bean field all the way uptown. I'm actually gonna head to the nearest bean field, grab some samples from that, kind of compare which one's ready first. They're all ready to go today, just which one has the least amount of moisture in it already. Alrighty, kind of look around here. We got some decent looking beans. We definitely got a lot of beans on these plants. There's a lot of pods, man, and they're rolling. Yeah, these things are ready to go. Not a whole lot of resistance. I'm a little kind of worried about shattering, but hey, we can live with it. So beans, I'm tempted to take corn first, even though it's closest. I should be doing. Let's go to the shop, kind of see what this corn reads for moisture, make the decision off that field. Well, I ended up doing a little bit of testing, looking at everything, and I think beans are the best call. It is honestly a lot better, in my opinion, than the corn. I want the corn to at least drop by another 2%, just to kind of help me out to make sure that we can harvest it correctly, and we're not going to have no major issues. So that means the harvesters are pretty much ready to go. We got to open them up, do a bunch of computer stuff, but really nothing outside the combine, because we're not switching to corn headers. If we were switching to corn headers, that'd be a whole different ball game, but everything else can be just done on the inside. And this Model A, you know, you would never think you would need a Model A around the farm, but when you do as much moving stuff around as we do, like moving belt trailers, you would be surprised how much you use it. Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to hook the John Deere up. We're just going to simply attach the John Deere header, make it as simple as can be, and get everything out on the road. Alrighty, so it took us a little bit of time. We kind of had to shut down the road a little bit. I didn't really want to do that, but we did. It is what it is. We'll let that unfold. Go ahead and get this out of the road. Let all the traffic get going, because we kind of got caught up and didn't pay attention to what we were doing in the moment. So go ahead and get all this harvested right here just to be able to enter the field. Oh, push that, switch it. There we go. Got to switch that over. Okay, yeah, we're going now. I'm actually gonna go ahead and start doing the headlands. I'm gonna let him do some up and down rows just to make everything a little bit more simple and easier on him and me. Man, there's just something looks good about 2 combines heading through the field like this. So far, everything's been going pretty good. The beans seem like they're yielding not the worst in the world. So we took very good care of these beans. I'm kind of interested to see what the rest of these fields are going to produce. So far, so good on this first field. I don't know what the next fields are going to be able to produce. We'll kind of just see what it produces over time. But if it produces 114 bushels to the acre, like this field has, at least for this combine, man, we gonna make some serious cash with these fields. So it does look like this down here didn't yield as good as everything up there. So that means we need to pivot whenever we start fertilizing again and fertilize this stuff down here a little bit more than when we fertilize everything up there on the top section. So we're going to go ahead and unload this guy. Both the guys are in the combines. John Deere's running down there. Chris is in that one. Jacob's in that one. But we'll go ahead and get this one fully unloaded. The good thing about having this is I can actually unload 2 hoppers into this before I need to unload it. Oh yeah, see that right there? Already more than what the entire other grain cart can handle. Please don't come, please don't want to come, please don't want to come. A little bit faster. There we go. So now this grain trailer right there is a bigger hopper. I don't call it the road legal hopper because it can fit a lot more bushels per section than the other one. Right, there we go. We got one down, and then the John Deere should be finishing up. While it's finishing up, I'm actually gonna take a few seconds and go ahead and put this header on the trailer. Alrighty, it did take us a little bit to get everything set up. Now we are set up, rock and rolling back down here. He's just gonna do what he did before, except this time I'm gonna try my best to stay inside the combine and knock this field out and hopefully move on to the next one. Well, overall, these bean fields have been yielding really, really well. A lot better, honestly, than what I thought they would. So as long as they keep this kind of job up, we are gonna be looking pretty well. So it didn't take us long to get everybody set up, ready to go. We're gonna head on down to the next field and the last bean field. Then we're gonna immediately switch over to corn and hopefully get that started knocked down. I'm probably gonna separate the guys into 2 different fields and run the grain cart back and forth between the fields, kind of leave them close to each other, and then just run it like that because it's starting to get late and I want to get all the fields harvested as quick as we possibly can. Alrighty, so me and the semi truck are heading back to the shop because I'm going to go ahead and get this swapped over to corn header. We're going to leave the John Deere doing the rest of the beans, so we're going to put this on the corn and go ahead and at least start somewhere. I'm going to start this one behind the shop, get it dialed in and get it rocking and rolling. It should definitely have dried out enough where I should feel comfortable doing it. And nobody's coming. We're going to just go on by. And of course, back there behind me, I do have the semi truck because he is full to the brim and we cannot fit any more in him. Alright, finally out here in a cornfield, getting this stuff going, and we are doing about 213 per acre, which is what I really want to see. These beans over here are really yielding really good. We've already got the red combine working over there. I told him just to head over there and get working on that. We're kind of all over the place trying to get all this knocked out, especially before the winter finally hits, because we need to get this knocked out on top of getting this finished up. We also need to finish just normal farming. There's a lot more normal farming stuff like cultivation. We actually got to plant. We need to plant the wheat that needs to go in the ground. And this field and that field over there are the 2 big fields that need to get done ASAP. And we still have beans on one of the 2 fields. Alrighty, and we are now full into corn. We have both combines full-fledged into corn. The other one's actually full right now. We'll get somebody to go over there and unload that here pretty soon. And we are finally hauling the last header back to the farm. We finally done with all of the harvesting that needs to go on, and we are done. I am so over this harvest because yeah, it took so long. But the good part is now we're in the part where we're gonna start making the money, but we're also not. I'm not gonna sell. Please tell me I can make it. Please tell me I can make it. Yeah, we're good. I'm not gonna sell it early. I'm not gonna sell it early and take a cut on the money, and knowing that I could just wait a little bit and probably get a little bit more money than what they're even predicting. So it's just not worth it to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all these headers up, get everything kind of put away. Then we need to start focusing on, I guess, planting or seeding would be my next step. Would just be starting the seeder. I think, where did I put the seeder? Because I did do a little bit of rearranging the other day. I don't know or don't remember where I put certain things. Yes, I do. It's inside the... Good Lord. Okay. Let me go ahead and put all this headers up. Let me put everything up. Get everything real nice and neat and organized. And let me calculate life decisions and pull that out of that shed. Now, I don't remember if this is or isn't. I'm gonna hope it's not. I'm gonna hope that it is a direct drill, so I don't have to cultivate the land and I can just plant in the bean stubble. It shouldn't be that bad for the bean, just to replant this and directly in the bean stubble. I found out it does need to be cultivated of some sort, so we're just gonna take the disc that we have over there, gonna hopefully disc it under. I'm hoping that this will work. Also, I did hear from the landlord and he said now that everything's over, he was going to go ahead and let me know that he is choosing to not renew the lease going into next year. I can choose to buy it. He would give us some credit for the money we have put into it, but $654,000 just isn't enough for me to consider it. We officially now do not lease that land anymore. We now need to find more land to lease. And right now, I'm considering only planting one field, because there was another field 49, is right beside the house, but it'll be almost 10 grand a month. But it's already pre-planted with wheats. I wouldn't have to do much wheat planting. I would want to plant one more of these fields in wheat as well, but I think honestly with it already being pre-planted, ready to rock and roll, wheat on top of that, I think I'm gonna make that judgment call and kind of call that one to be the next property, since we don't have to put much of our own resources into it. There's an issue with it is there's people out here trying to buy pretty much all the land, and they're doing a pretty successful job of it. They've offered me some nice prices, especially for that land over there very close to the co-op. Shoot, the co-op has offered me a nice price for it. I'm not gonna lie, part of me was tempted to take the co-op offer. Go ahead and get this thing cultivated and get some black dirt on top. Looking good. Looks good. How about just the black dirt on top? Makes it look so good. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna spend my time, get this thing cultivated, planted, and maybe make another choice. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, you guys down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for the support y'all showing me, my entire family here. We'll see y'all guys in the next one. Peace.